Hey there, good afternoon. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Brooks Garner coming to you live from the Fox 35 Storm Center. I've got meteorologist Jessica Dobson to my right, Casey and Josh from Production and Digital to my left, the whole team here with you because we've got some big thunderstorms moving into Orlando. Right now there's a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for about the next 15 minutes for Orlando. That's until 12:45. This is a live view from our TV studios in Lake Mary overlooking I-4. The rain is coming down so hard that I'm expecting big ponding to develop in some of the poor drainage areas, so watch out for hydroplaning as you hit the roads. It is super soupy outside as well with high humidity and high wind gusts. Here's a live view from downtown Orlando from the SunTrust camera looking over Lake Eola, and I have estimated winds from these downpours gusting over 60 miles per hour. And that's exactly what we're seeing here at this elevated location. That's why the camera's shaking so much. So needless to say, interests along the waterways need to get back to safe harbor. Here's a look at Lake Fairview for a case in point on that. You can see the palm trees blowing and the white caps on the water. Thankfully, we're not looking for water spouts, to quote Jimmy Buffett, because the tornado watch has ended. It's been expired. However, we are under a severe thunderstorm warning. The atmosphere does still have the potential for some rotation, but I think the biggest threat at this point is going to be straight line wind gusts and the possibility for some small hail. So our severe thunderstorm warning encompasses Orange County, also southwestern sections of Seminole County, like around Longwood and Altamont Springs, southern Lake County, including Claremont, and this also, of course, includes Disney and the attractions, and northwest Osceola County, just west of Kissimmee. Right now, the heaviest rain is moving out of Lake County into Orange County, although some of the downpours happening out ahead of this are sort of renegade downpours, not associated directly with the squall line. We're seeing that right now around Lake Mary and then also southward towards Elwood. But yeah, this is the main push. Lake Louisa State Park, we have a camera there. We'll try and pull up here. Maybe we can grab that over on the thing and show you there. So that's going to be a good spot to look out for. Disney, you're next with this one. And as far as impacts go, we do have some impacts with this. That's going to be the wind mainly. So for the attractions, if you're an organizer there, you're at Disney and you're in charge of folks' safety, keep in mind that it's a very real possibility here that you've got wind gusts that could be approaching the theme parks, exceeding 40 to 50 miles per hour. We're looking at just doing a random sample here of a couple of the wind gusts. Easily winds at this slightly elevated location, maybe about 500 feet, 2,000 feet above the ground, running at about 60 miles per hour. And so with these big downpours, they can bring that wind down to the surface in gusts. And so that's why this is a severe thunderstorm warning for that clear and apparent threat heading for the attractions right now. Think about, Disney Springs, you've got the big hot air balloon thing there and other attractions like that. So hopefully they bring that down. Other high wind gusts around the area, we look at Ocoee and sample some of the winds there. Winds gusting here about 60 miles per hour as well. So let's go back to our rain and show you where the heaviest rain is. That's also right in line with some of this heavier rain right here in Ocoee. So that rain right there is going to be your heaviest wind and also heaviest rain. Now, as far as the triple threat goes, looking at some of the rotation there's no rotation, thankfully, but there are indications of half-inch hail in some of the heavier storms. All right, let's check out the iDrive cam. We'll go back over here and cycle through some of these cams. There's Lake Mary. You can see a couple cars pulled over with the heavy rain. This is a look at the SunTrust cam, and look at those clouds rolling in. You can see the base of those clouds here are really showing some speed, and also a look at Lake Fairview. Go over to our iDrive cam as well and pull that in. By the way, if you're watching on Facebook, let me know from where you're watching, and if you have any questions, they'll relay them to me and I can answer them for you directly here. So if you want to know what's going on where you live, I'll let you know. Let's see, Rosalva says much needed rain, and that's right. We're sitting here talking about the impacts of this, but we're also in the midst of what has been a moderate drought for Brevard County. Here's a look at our SunTrust cam. You can see it really moving. Barbara at SeaWorld, Williamsburg there. Barbara, you can attest, it is starting to really come down in your location. And Gina, we need this rain. Gina's also very excited about the rain. Of course, this time of year, the rain comes at the cost being the reality that we're facing some pretty impactful weather, the really heavy rain and heavy wind gusts. And zooming into Orlando, we'll get an idea of, in the downtown area, just how heavy the rain is. Yeah, around Edgewood, that's going to be some of your heaviest rain around Holden Heights, South Orange Ave, right up through Boone High School. Here we are in the last 2 weeks of school, and we're talking about the big rains. And this is the heart of it right here. right around Lake Louisa State Park. And yeah, Jessica, if we route that, just let me know which Wex meant. Is that too? Okay, so we're going to go over there, check out a live view of Lake Louisa State Park, where all the pretty horses are, and you can see those horses are out there. It's not a live camera as far as the frame rate isn't 30 frames per second. It's like one frame every couple of minutes, but you can get at least a snapshot of what it looks like. And yes, we're confirming that it is raining in that location. Hopefully the horses stay okay there, because this storm also has with it frequent lightning. In fact, we've been seeing lightning strikes in just this frame alone in the last 10 minutes, about 40 lightning strikes in Lake Louisa State Park. And this is heading right into Magic Kingdom and areas just north of that. So Magic Kingdom, this is heading your way. It'll be there at 12:42, so in about 10 minutes from now. It's going northeast at 41 miles an hour, and there's about a 70% chance for what could be some penny-size hail. The Barron Tornado Index is at 1.8, which is just below the threshold for what is considered something of concern. But with severe storms, especially in this environment, it doesn't take much for a tornado to spin up, although I don't see any rotation at this time associated with these storms. These appear to be straight line wind gust threats only. But yes, this cell in particular is heading northeast at a good clip, about 40 miles an hour. That's going to place it in Windermere just before 1 p.m. and Gotha about the same, about 12:52. So if you're watching in Ocoee, in the Pine Hills area, this severe thunderstorm is heading your way. And the severe thunderstorm warning, if you're just joining us, is in effect until 12:45 for Orlando. Jamino says, hi from Oviedo. Let's see what's doing in Oviedo. Oviedo's a place that needs some rain, and it is happening. Jamino, what part of Oviedo are you in? Are you near Oviedo High School, Haggerty, or down by UCF? I'll let you know. This storm is coming out of Goldenrod, heading up toward the Aloma area in 417. It'll be in Chuliota in about 10 minutes to 1, Snow Hill at 12:55. Christina Porter says, Bithlo, what about Bithlo? Well, Bithlo, you're dry right now, but these storms are not far from your location. In fact, in Bithlo, just to let you know, let me take some of these arrows off the screen. It is going to rain, and there's a storm about 10 miles to your southwest. It's moving northeast at 40, so it'll be there inside of about the next 10 minutes. So that's the scoop on Bithlo, looking at Christina's comment there. Longwood, you're getting some really heavy rain as well right now, and the cameras are confirming just the intensity. Here's Fox 35 from where we broadcast, and in our location, looking at our Lake Maricam, you can see the visibility is greatly reduced. We've still got some cars pulled over. It looks like traffic's moving at about 30 miles an hour on I-4 heading westbound toward Orlando, and outbound, people have their flashing lights on, doing about 30 miles an hour. You can see the rain really coming down in this location. Let's get another shot here. Downtown Orlando, looking at the base of the clouds. April Gray says, how about Palm Coast? What's it going to do here in Palm Coast? Well, let's zoom out and get the latest there for you, Palm Coast. Palm Coast, you had some earlier storms, and at this point, you know, you're north of the big stuff. Here's Palm Coast, and all right, Wex meant too. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. Yeah. Okay, so you're about 30 miles from the storm there in Palm Coast, and let's take a look at what it looks like, a live view there. It looks a little rainy, but the severe weather is to your south, so you're okay there in Palm Coast. But back to the severe stuff where the rains are really coming down here in Seminole County from where we broadcast. All right, Jamino Williams says Mitchell Hammock Road. All right, so you're right there. Mitchell Hammock and Lockwood, or are you closer to Mitchell Hammock and Broadway? You'll have to let me know. But anyway, let's go back to the radar and see what's going on there in Mitchell Hammock. I'm telling you, Oviedo's a spot that could definitely use a drink because it has been so dry. Let's zoom in right now and see the latest. So here is Mitchell Hammock. There's South Central. So like the Wawa is located right here, and maybe that's where you are. That's a good landmark. And of course, the on-ramp over to 417 going up to Sanford is here, and there's the one going down toward Orlando. It's looking a little wet there, but the heavier stuff is going to be just here north near Oviedo High School and by Kelly's Ice Cream up here. Adia Berrios, how about Vero Beach and Melbourne? All right, listen, I know Melbourne, you guys need the rain. I was just talking to a good friend of mine there in Satellite Beach who says, hey, you know, you guys are talking about all this rain. Where's ours? Where's ours? And indeed, it is dry as a bone in your neck of the woods, and there is little hope of getting anything significant. Here's Vero Beach, by the way, just in case you're wondering, over here by Indian River County. Christy Knoll says, what about Kenansville and Osceola County? All right, let's take a look at it. But to answer your first question there about Brevard County, I do expect this stuff to work your way. I do think that we're going to catch some rain before the day is out in Brevard County, and it's going to be pennies from heaven. All right, let's go down to Kenansville, see what's going on here over in Osceola County. It's dry for you right now in that location, but you've got a downpour that has developed just to your west, and that is about a half an hour from rolling in Christie, Knoll, and Kenansville. But back to this, the breaking weather. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 12:45. This is for southwestern Seminole County, as well as western sections of Orange County, northwestern Osceola, and southeastern Lake County until 12:45. So that's about the next 10 minutes from now. This storm has a history of producing wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour that can knock out power and knock down limbs as well. Kira, Guarco, pouring in Heathrow. All right, let's take a look at Heathrow. Let's see what's going on. That's kind of in our neighborhood here near Fox 35, and we can vouch it is really coming down here in Lake Mary. In Heathrow, you are no exception on the west side of I-4. We're seeing rainfall rates where you live that are exceeding at times about an inch per hour. In fact, right now in Heathrow, it's just under 1 inch per hour for the rainfall rates. Oh, but just wait till the rainy season kicks in. We've seen rainfall rates routinely exceeding 7 inches per hour this time of the year. Disney right now, we were talking about Disney. A lot of folks here on vacation in Disney. Disney is starting to catch some effects right at Magic Kingdom. The Disney Dome is no longer working today. We joke about the Disney Dome, that they have a dome of protection there, but not the case. In fact, we're catching wind gusts down near Magic Kingdom that could be exceeding 55 miles per hour. Gisela Damaris says, will this clear out by 6 p.m.? I think in short, I can tell you we're going to have a lull in the action, but we could have more developing, especially north, after 6 p.m. So it depends on where you are, but this would be the hot spot after 6 o'clock for a redevelopment. The reason is that where it's raining now and where this is all going, and I'll draw a little thing for here real quick. This is going to stabilize the atmosphere for us. So as it heads toward the east, Geneva by 12:40, Chileota by 12:42, and on into Titusville shortly thereafter. We're going to see the atmosphere stabilize in this location, so we'll catch a break once this goes through by about 2 o'clock, and then it'll actually be kind of a nice afternoon for us, a little cooler, but we may see some more storms later on. Brandy Bruns in, where are you, Brandy? Winter Garden says, it's really bad in Winter Garden right now. All right, let's see what it looks like here in Winter Garden for you. Zooming in here. I love Winter Garden. There's that great French restaurant there along the bike trail. I forget what it's called, but it's so good. Let me know in the comment, Brandy, if you can remind me. Is it La Petite something? It's so good. They have some epic crepes going on there. Winter Garden. All right, let's zoom in here, see what's going on. There's Windermere, Magic Kingdom. All right, by the way, with your photos and videos, fox35news@fox.com is the email address. We'd love to feature your photos and videos. Just be safe out there. Watch out for, let me get in the camera here. Watch out for some of the lightning out there, because lightning is extreme. About 30 strikes in the last 10 minutes in just this spot alone. But if you have good video of some of the rain falling or the wind blowing, fox35news@fox.com. That's your email address, and we'll share it with you here. Okay, so yes, Winter Garden, Montverde, Apopka, everywhere in between starting to get hit really hard. Here's Winter Garden just to finish that thought, right along West Orange Trail. Noisy and pouring in Deltona, says Rose Roads. Let's go over to Deltona and see what's going on. Get the latest. Yeah, Deltona, it is coming down where you are. This is part of that initial surge, which, you know, as quickly as it came up here in Lake Mary, it has gone away. It is quiet now in Lake Mary from where we broadcast, but over here at the Dewey Boaster Sports Complex, it is starting to really pour and really come down right along Whitewood Drive and Enterprise Road. So thanks for that report there, Rose in Deltona. Let's get a wider view just to show you, if you're just joining us, there's a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This includes Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, the attractions. A lot of folks enjoying their vacation, and while it's a break from the heat, if you're on holiday from the UK, maybe you're not used to seeing it rain like this. And especially with all this lightning, you've got to be safe. If you can hear it roar, you got to go indoors. Maybe you're watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Fox Local. This is a good place to do it, and you can watch it from the resort or from your hotel room or your place of shelter, so we can bring you the scoop on this. Let me put this map in motion, give you an idea of the storm motion. These storms are moving east, doing about 30 to 40 miles per hour, and this storm in particular, I'm looking at the latest information on it, is noted for its wind gusts to 60 miles per hour and its half-inch hail. Yeah, now moving now moving east at 35 miles per hour. So at that speed, just to give you an idea of where this is heading, let's put some towns on here to give you an idea. Going east at 35 miles an hour, and so we'll draw our line from Orlando down through Disney. and go due east. Let's see, live tracking for you here. So Pine Castle, 1246, Lake Conway, 1248. So that's about 6 minutes away from your location. That also means OIA. You know, at the airport, there are routinely ground stops when the weather gets like this. And let's see if we have any delays. I can tell you that also right now live. Let's see if I can grab that airport delay information from MCO and show it to you here. And also we can swing around our camera for SunTrust. Okay, here we go. All flights are grounded now at MCO until 1 p.m. So with that storm coming and with the severe thunderstorm warning, this is breaking news, if you will, from the world of travel. All flights grounded in MCO till 1 p.m. It's a ground stop. Departures to OIA are grounded due to thunderstorms, and there's a departure delay of anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. Thank you very much for that. That's good information. Got Josh from our digital team helping me out with warnings here. Casey over on the production management side, and Jessica Dobson to my right, who is handling the cameras and also coming out with some of the warnings there and looking at the cameras. Where the rain has stopped, it's calmed down a lot, but look at that rain coming down here from downtown Orlando. We've also been watching for lightning strikes, dangerous cloud ground lightning with these storms, and as I just told you here, with this storm heading in right now, in fact, to OIA, there's a ground stop, and no flights are set to depart till at least 1 o'clock. Now, if a flight's coming in, if the pilot deems it necessary, they can come in. But if you look at some of the flight apps, it confirms that a lot of flights are either diverting or they are doing the old circle thing where they circle the airport from a safe distance. In this case, it looks like all of the planes that are heading into MCO are either circling over Gainesville. There's looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 flights that are doing a loop over Gainesville. So if you hear jet travel in Gainesville, that's what's going on. They're right over Hawthorne. That's behind the storms. Then there's a bunch of jets doing, looks like some loops around Melbourne and Merritt Island. So the planes coming inbound from the north are holding over Gainesville, and the planes coming in from the west are holding over the Gulf of Mexico and also over Melbourne. All right, we got a brand new severe thunderstorm warning for Volusia County. Jessica Dobson on it there. Let's get the latest on this. We'll clear this out. This severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for until 1 p.m. This is going to be for a storm that just popped up here right over New Smyrna Beach. This storm is packing 73 lightning strikes in just the last 10 minutes. And let's get the latest on this one. This is a pretty small severe thunderstorm warning as far as the geographical footprint goes of this storm. But it's going to be, let's see, it is until 1 p.m. and this storm is moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. So we'll put our radar on loop and get the latest bead here. Okay, so it's going to be for this storm right over Edgewater. And the reason that they decided to issue a severe thunderstorm warning on this cell is no doubt for the potential of damaging wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour. Now, we're a little bit far from the radar site here in Melbourne, but I'm going to try and get a bead on some of this. What often happens is they'll look at what's called the vertically integrated liquid, the VIL. You see that right there? That indicates the hail. So this is going to be right over Elkham Boulevard. This is going to be an indication of hail. And so let's pop the triple thread on there. We're getting hail, about 1.5 inch hail. So we could be seeing golf ball size hail with this cell, and wind gusts over 60 miles per hour over Edgewater Junction and I-95 right now. Jessica, can we pull up a camera on I-95, maybe on one of the Wexmets, and I'll pop that up. That'd be right around Edgewater. You got it there. Good job. All right, yeah. Sweet. So let's go over there to Wexmet 2 and pop it in. So this is a live view from I-95 near the Edgewater area. Traffic obviously crawling with this, and you can expect travel delays on the roads for sure. Hydroplaning a concern, but if you're catching golf ball size hail, you know, oftentimes this time of year the radar will overestimate on occasion the intensity of the hail, but if you're getting penny size hail and you're heading down the highway at 70 miles an hour, that's going to dent your car. So that's going to be an impact for sure. And looking at the latest data here for this cell in Edgewater, and we've got, let's see, we've got vertically integrated liquid here that is running at about 66 66.4 kilograms per meter squared. So these are the things we're looking at, analyzing live with you here, the deep meteorology, trying to get an assessment on the threats. If you're just joining us, severe thunderstorm warning till 12:45, that's now expiring for Orlando, but a brand new severe thunderstorm warning popping up for Volusia County in the Edgewater area. That's our only storm in question at this point. Zoraida Diaz says, pouring in Volusia County. Absolutely, Zoraida. And the worst of the weather now is right over Edgewater in New Smyrna Beach. And this is pumping out some hail that could be exceeding 1 inch. And oftentimes severe thunderstorms can mimic even stronger types of storms. You know, you can get straight line wind gusts that can mimic tornado damage and cause extensive power outages. And so when you start seeing what are these DBZs, it's a way to measure how, quote, loud the radar reflection is. Once you get over about 60, it's a pretty slam dunk estimation that this is a severe storm. And this one is going pretty quickly. This is going northeast at 43 miles per hour, which is going to put it in Edgewater at 12:50. So that's about 2 minutes from now. And Bethune Beach at 12:53. So let's get off the beach. If you're on the beach, let's get off the beach. Let's take out the Daytona Beach Cam here and get the latest from the Hard Rock Hotel. And Jessica, can we swing that camera to the left and we'll get a live view? This is looking south from the Hard Rock Hotel. And people are still on the beach. I can't tell you how many times I've seen folks on the beach. I'll go back to radar while we wait for that camera turn. But I can't tell you how many times we've seen people walking on the beach and they're completely unaware or thinking they're invincible when lightning's striking around them. And we've had people, unfortunately, in Florida every year die from lightning strikes. A lot of folks on vacation on a holiday, and they're just in that mode where they don't think about it. But you got to get off the beach, obviously, when it's doing this. And here's a look at Willow Oak Drive over in the Edgewater area. Ridgewood Ave, absolutely pouring. And we'll jump over to that camera now and take a look. Okay. Bump it the other way. Let's go as far left as we can on this one. Yeah, just keep going on there, and we'll see. So we're starting to look. Okay, so that's going to be north. Yeah, my bad. You know what? I was looking the wrong direction. I was looking south. So we got some storms there. Mary Rodriguez says, "Gonna swim when it's all clear." All right, that's a good. Thank you, Jessica, for that. Yeah, let's go swimming, Mary. That sounds good to me. But not right now. Look at Smyrna Yacht Club. It is absolutely pouring here. Let's go back to our triple threat while I've got you here, and look at the latest. We've got a triple threat featuring half-inch hail. Rotation-wise, no rotation right now. There may be some subtle indications, but this also could be just outflow boundary stuff. We're not really seeing anything major in this location as far as that goes. But sometimes this can interact with a weak sea breeze, and you can get quick spin-up tornadoes. So we got to watch that really carefully. All right. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I want to give you a quick heads up on everything going on right now. We got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Volusia County. This is going to be for New Smyrna Beach and Edgewater, also the Bethune Beach communities. This is moving northeast at 40 miles an hour. This warning is in effect till 1 p.m., so heads up Bethune Beach. This is basically upon you. If you hear it roar, head indoors. On Fox Local right now, we're going to take a brief break for this commercial break, but if you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on YouTube, stay with us, and we'll be back here on Fox Local in just a little bit. We'll take a little pause here and jump back into it. All right, here we are on YouTube and Facebook. It is 10 minutes till 1 right now. Got Noah. Noah here has just arrived.
Oh, it's raining.
Hey, Noah. Noah looks like he's wet. Noah got wet. Noah, you should have brought an umbrella. No, you did.
It was in the car.
It was in the car. Ironic. Noah's here. Noah's gonna jump in here and take over some of the storm tracking in just a bit. But this is great. We got full team coverage with Noah Berggren, Jessica Dobson, and Brooks Garner. We're all here together, and I'm mispronouncing even my name. Noah, Jessica, and me, we got you covered here today. Northeast flow out of these storms about 40 miles an hour, starting to pour here across Snow Hill and Chulaoda. Just kidding, Chulaoda. I'm just messing up all the names like Oviedo. When I type it into my GPS, it always says Oviedo. No, it's Oviedo. I wish GPS knew what's up. Kidding aside, we may see some new severe thunderstorm warnings pop up from these storms. This is a look at a storm over in Hunters Creek. And the latest on this one is it's got about that threshold, that 60 dBz, which is an indication that we may be starting to catch a little bit of hail from that. Remember, if you catch any pictures, we'd love to see them. Email us at fox35news@fox.com. Again, fox35news@fox.com. This storm is moving northeast. It's actually got a Barron tornado index of 2.0, which we'll often look for rotation from these. Sometimes in these situations you get outflow boundaries, but at the very least, let me rephrase. Let me finish that thought. Outflow boundaries can sort of sometimes mimic rotation with the Barron algorithm there. Barron is the company, they're the vendor that helps us with our weather graphics as far as covering these live. Let's jump over to WexMet 2. We're catching wind gusts about 50 to 55 miles per hour here, and that has led to a ground stop at OIA until 1 p.m., so all flights in and out. Let's jump over to WexMet 2 and get the latest. Jessica is spotting some ominous clouds here in Kissimmee. This is a live view from the lakefront park. Look at the wind blowing. You can see the sort of the bushes here are leaning over to the right with this gusty north wind. I want to welcome you back to Fox Local. We're streaming live right now on Fox Local as well as YouTube and also on Facebook. This is the live view from Kissimmee Lakefront Park using our WeatherStem camera network. There's a lot of pitch to these storm clouds. It is very dark. There's a shot from Lake Fairview. But going down to Kissimmee, this is coming your way. And look at Lake Toho. I mean, if you are fishing right now, I guess you probably know to seek shelter because the storm is really starting to boom. And looking at that lakefront park, it's just a matter of time. You know, you actually don't need to wait for the thunderstorm itself to start getting those outflow boundary winds. In fact, here's a look at them just to show you what I mean. I'm going to draw a line from where the rain is right now. The leading edge of the rain is right about, here's my line, there it is. So right about like this. And then we're going to flip over to our wind. And you can see how the wind is now outrunning that rain. Alicia Catherine said, we just had a tree blow over in St. Cloud and Kissimmee. We're a couple miles away from the park there, the lake park. Yeah, we're getting a wind gust down between 40 and 50. You know, Alicia, if you could take a picture of that and email us at fox35news@fox.com. We can even do our best to get it here on the air to share it with folks. But that would be something we'd like to see if you can. Be safe though. Don't go out there if it's dangerous. David says, still sitting on the tarmac here at MCO. You called it. Oh man, David, that is the worst. Let me give you an update on MCO. You know, that's the great thing about streaming here live on Fox Local and on Facebook and YouTube is that we can bring you content, we can bring you alerts when you're away from your TV, and when you're on a plane, you're definitely away from TV. Here's a look at the runways, a live look at the runways for you there, David, and you probably are dry right now. I mean, look at that. When you're on the runway there, you're good on the east side and the right side and on the left side. So that's going to be runway. What is that? Runway 18 right. Looks to be nice and clear, but on 18 left, we've got some rain rolling in. The latest on this is we've got ground stop departures to Orlando International are grounded due to thunderstorms. This is going to be extended past 1 p.m. though, sadly. David, you're going to be sitting there for a little while. Departures now from OIA delayed 75 minutes and increasing. So if you're sitting there at your terminal, David, you might be sitting there for more than an hour. Just don't drink a lot of liquid because you know how they don't like you to get up from your seat. Use a lav when that happens. Hey, I'm here for you, man. I got you. This is why we've got all this rain back to your west and a lot of thunder and lightning, and they've got to be safe for the crews there at the gate. All right, so let's take a look at the radar. We're going to get a wide shot here and give you if you're just joining us, give you a rundown. The severe thunderstorm warning for Orlando has now expired. It expired at 12:45. We may have a new one issued, but at this point, that's not the case. Strong storms, though, nonetheless, are heading into Orlando and heading into the airport. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Volusia County until 1 p.m. We're sitting here now at 12:55 p.m., broadcasting to you live on YouTube, on Facebook, on Fox Local. While you're here, give us a follow. Check out Jessica Dobson's Facebook and Twitter page. Check out Noah Bergram's Facebook and Twitter page. Check out my Facebook, Twitter page, or X, or what have you. Just search our names there. We'll be there for you and provide you live updates. And obviously having the ability here to stream, and give us a follow here on our Fox 35 Facebook page and our YouTube page also if you're just joining us, and hopefully seeing the value in this ability to stream with you even when it's not the worst of the weather but just really inconvenient weather to help you out on a day like this. All right, let's stop the radar loop and see where the worst weather is. Without a doubt, OIA is under it. And let's check out WexMet 2, and then we'll also, if we could turn SunTrust West over to OIA, we can get a look at Jessica, we could do that too. And while you do that, I will flip it over to camera 2. First off, here's Ocala, because we've got folks from all over the area. Ocala's looking good right now. Sadly, Ocala had that tragedy earlier today, the Ocala area with the bus. There was a bus full of farm workers that unfortunately crashed. There were something like 8 fatalities there, so they're cleaning it up and cleaning up the crash scene. Just a tragedy there, but at least the weather there is cooperating. That's not the case here in the Orlando and Kissimmee area. Right now, it is an absolute downpour. There's a look at Kissimmee from the public workstation for our Weather Stim camera network. Lake Mary Tower cam's looking bad. Let's jump over to our radar while we get those camera views set up and give you an idea. Because obviously it's not going to help us too much when I'm giving you times that are less than 5 minutes away. But you can see some real-time tracking here as I answer some more questions. Alicia is asking, is there any rotation? It looks like it. Alicia, at this point, there's no rotation. You're just seeing the clouds rolling, and that is often the case. You'll see it almost looks like the atmosphere is boiling with these severe thunderstorms. As I answer your question, here we go, going here, ETA. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay, this is a better look. So look at our arrival time so you can plan accordingly. St. Cloud, 1 o'clock. Indian River, 1:05. Titusville, 1:11. The Brewer Bridge at 1:11 as well. And let us, let's go to some even bigger cities and see if we can find some different times here. Nope, this is all it's going to let us do. Anyway, we'll go to the end of it here. All right, you get an idea. So this is heading east at 40. It'll be in Shiloh Beach in about 10 minutes. So YouTube comments, Facebook comments, we're here listening to you. Folks are worried. Okay, folks are not worried. Folks are not worried. We're always tracking though. We're always on it for you. Oh yeah, let's go to the airport cam real quick.
Can't really see much.
Okay, and then we will we'll jump over. Okay, it's that's going to be SunTrust West. Okay, so here's a look at OIA. The airport is going to be, you see the mouse clicker where I'm circling, that's going to be our tower in the distance. And the reason that we're looking at the airport is that we've got ground delays and flight delays, all flights grounded till at least 1 o'clock, and that will be extended, no doubt. And air traffic is doing the old circle thing where they have several flights, it looks like at least a dozen flights doing a circle over Micanopy and also circles over Hawthorne and Gainesville. That's where they're holding the flights. And that's to the north, and to the south looks like a bunch of air traffic over Melbourne as well. So sadly, whether you're trying to land or take off, we got to wait for these storms to pass, and they're pretty far from that. I'm going to let this radar loop for a second and pass the baton if we're ready to do so. And Noah is here, and he is ready to take over. And Jessica and I have been here for the morning. Noah's been ready for quite some time. All right, let me literally pass the baton to you. I've got the wireless mic. It's yours, sir.
Beautiful.
Thanks, bye guys.
Thank you. I can tell you guys it was raining sideways when I came in.
Great, that's
without an umbrella, so I have not combed my hair yet, which is okay. Thank you all for watching on here. I don't know if you can still hear us. I think we're going to take a quick break, and I'll be back here in a few minutes once we get resituated. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back streaming if we have any more warnings for you. And we'll have some more coverage coming up starting later this afternoon on Fox 35. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Noah Berger. And wet hair and all, we have passed the baton. Preferably, you know what? We need to get an actual baton. I'm going to make one. I'm going to go to a local wood shop and make an actual Fox 35 weather baton. We used to have that in Kentucky. We're going to pass it on camera as we go into hurricane season. That'd be cool. Promotable product. There you go. All right, so I got caught out in that downpour coming in from Lake Mary, and I picked the worst possible day to have the umbrella in the car. The good news is that the severe threat, at least for now, looks like it's really winding down. We still can't rule out something going towards Brevard County, but you can notice on the reflectivity, the quick update for you at 106 is things are coming down, and we're probably just going to have some downpours and lightning for the next hour or two. Now, an outlook for the rest of the afternoon is the following. The good news here, real quick before we let you go, is that I want you to look to the west. Obviously, there's no radar in the central Gulf, so we can't see this. But look right here. This is the next massive storms, which that is tracking this way. But by time that gets here, later this afternoon, this evening, the atmosphere may be so worked over. And by worked over, I mean it got all the energy took out of it from this line of storms here this morning. It may not be much now. In fact, there may be spots that don't see anything this evening. So it's kind of a catch-22. You know, we need more rain for the drought, but this complex that just came through might have squashed out a lot of the energy for later. So I would be hard-pressed if we had anything widespread, just having looked real quick later. But we'll keep an eye on, obviously you can't see it again. This complex is going to track towards the northern Gulf for later this afternoon and this evening. And real quick, we do remain under that level 2 mode, which is likely for severe storms. We already really had that now. To be honest, I think the majority of the threat is going to probably for today end up being with this round, and we won't see much for later. So I'm going to sign off here in a second, and I'm going to go through the afternoon data to come up with some graphics for you for the evening. But to be honest, the next thing I want to tell you about is tomorrow, because it looks like tomorrow will be the most widespread rain of the week. It looks like a huge area of rain and downpours will form in the morning and then work southward. And that will be the final iteration of this active spell. And then Thursday, Friday should be dry, sunny, but hot, and pretty good if you have plans to get outside. So we just got to get through today and tomorrow, dodging all these downpours and storms. Then we'll have a couple of days of dry time. So I'll see you right now coming up a little bit later. But for now, we're going to sign off, and we'll be back, of course, if we have any more warnings in Central Florida.